literally overcoming the sand berms. They built up here, and the water beginning to hit this boardwalk. About an hour or two ago, it was about 40 yards away from here, and now look how fast it's moved up to this area. And a lot of the people who, let me move back just a little bit, a lot of the people who live in this area have taken notice of how fast the water has come up. There's still a bunch of folks out here. Yeah, they're taking it in. And of course, city officials don't want them out here. And you see patrols, police officers patrolling this area. But a lot of them can't help themselves, apparently, choosing to take some pictures and take in the storm as it moves ashore. But look at the waves behind me, really kicking up over the last 20 to 30 minutes. In fact, as I said just a few minutes ago, there was a guy who came out here, climbed that sand berm there, and was overcome by a large wave that hit the sand berm. He was, the wave went over his head. He fell to the ground, was able to get up and get back to the boardwalk safely, fortunately. But it just shows you that's something you don't do in a storm like this. A lot of the folks who live in this area, they didn't evacuate. Again, this is an area that's Zone A, so it's prone to flooding, according to city officials. And many of these people have been asked to evacuate. They didn't. They choose instead to stay here and ride out the storm. Many of them have taped up the windows to guard against wind damage. And as you see right now, we're getting a lot of rain, we're getting a lot of wind, and the waves are kicking up out at sea. Back to you.
It's not going to take much, Jeffrey, for the storm surge to come in at high tide at 8 o'clock, only 2.5 hours from now. You know, you saw that little wave come across. It was a powerful rush of water come across. You moved out of the way. Some, bystander walking by when they're not supposed to could easily get toppled over and hurt themselves very seriously.
Yeah, well, you really have to be careful out there. We all know that. And I think these folks know that too. And hopefully at some point they go indoors because, as you mentioned, that's something that we're all watching for right now. High tide about